This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
PNG Law Society issues call to action. Motukea declared as a customs wharf. And NEA proposes new policy. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. Hubert Namani, president of the Papua New Guinea Law Society, has issued a compelling call to action, urging the government to prioritize citizen safety and combat illegal arms proliferation. Namani's impassioned plea underscores the urgent need for comprehensive measures to safeguard communities and uphold the rule of law.
Today saw the Papua New Guinea Law Society Rule of Law March here in the nation's capital. Giving his opening remarks at the APEC House was the president of Law Society, Hubert Namani. In his statement, Namani urges the government to prioritize citizen safety by allocating resources to enforce disarmament and combat illegal arms proliferation. He emphasized the need for comprehensive measures, including community engagement and law enforcement, to neutralize these threats.
The Connect PNG road linkage, while essential for development, also represents a potential conduit for the proliferation of conflict into our major cities. Let us not turn a blind eye to the looming threat these armed conflicts pose to our nation's stability and prosperity. The time for action is now.
Namani highlighted concerns about potential violence spreading beyond the highlands due to infrastructure development. He urged strong leadership and cited Martin Luther King Jr.'s words, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice."
The recent barbaric killings in Enga from tribal fights using high-powered firearms have shaken us to our core. The PNG Law Society condemns these acts in the strongest possible terms and demands justice for the innocent lives lost. But Enga is not an isolated incident. We've seen killings in Tari, in other places in the Upper Highlands.
Additionally, Namani addressed rising drug trafficking and urged transparency in electoral reforms. He condemned recent civil unrest and stressed the importance of an efficient criminal justice system. Finally, Namani called for ethical conduct among legal professionals to uphold the rule of law and ensure a fair society. James Guken, National EMTV News.
During the same event, Namani announced a significant collaboration between the Society and Commissioner of Police David Manning. In this agreement, practicing lawyers will join the Forces Reserve Constabulary under a Memorandum of Understanding, aiming to provide crucial support to police initiatives nationwide, from investigations to prosecutions.
The police prosecutors will be seconded to participating law offices and firms to gain exposure to legal practice, culture, and ethics. Namani expressed gratitude to Mr. Hodges Ete, a senior counsel and police officer, for his involvement in developing this initiative, which marks the beginning of a promising partnership between legal professionals and law enforcement.
I am delighted to announce a significant initiative between the PNG Law Society under my presidency and the Commissioner of Police for the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary, Mr. David Manning. We have agreed to enter into an arrangement on final terms to be agreed upon under an MOU for practicing lawyers to join the Force Reserve Constabulary. This is a collaboration that promises to provide vital support to police initiatives across the nation, spanning from investigations to prosecutions.
He emphasized their shared commitment to justice, accountability, and the rule of law in building a society where the rights and dignity of every individual are respected and protected. James Guken, National EMTV News.
The Motokea International Terminal has been officially declared as a customs-declared wharf by the PNG Customs today. The Chief of Customs, David Towe, handed over the declaration of letter to the officer in charge of PNG Ports, Ian Hayden-Smart, and the CEO of International Container Terminal Services, Inc., Robert Maxwell.
After the relocation of the Port Moresby Wharf to the Motokea area, PNG Ports had been pushing hard for the PNG Customs to declare the Motokea International Terminal as a declared area. The officer in charge of PNG Ports, Ian Hayden-Smart, underlined that the process of declaring the two main ports of Lae and Motokea started in 2022 under their former MD and CEO, the late Fego Kiniafi.
As part of the global port and shipping industry, PNG Ports is committed to meeting international standards and have both ports been fully declared as customs declared areas is a significant milestone not just for PNG Ports but the country as well. We recognise the positive impacts of collaborating with our industry stakeholders, and this achievement in customs paves the way for ongoing facilitation of safe and secure maritime trade.
The Chief of Customs, David Towe, indicated in his remarks that this declaration will enable the International Wharf to conduct official trade of goods and services in the country.
Power that is bestowed upon customs under the Customs Act, Section 5, 6, and 7 of the Customs Act, to declare a port as a customs controlled, customs declared port, to allow international vessels to berth and to also depart. Inward clearance, outward clearance can only be issued at a customs declared port.
The two main wharves in PNG also house the International Container Terminal Service, Inc., one of the leading terminal operators in the world. The CEO of ICTSI stressed on the importance of collaborating in the world of international trade. He highlighted that the MIT or Motokea International Terminal's success is linked with the strong partnership with PNG Customs, PNG Ports Corporation and other government agencies.
Over the last 6 years, MIT has invested in cutting-edge technology, implemented international best practices and cultivated a culture of excellence within our organisation, with the aim of providing world-class service to importers and exporters.
The officer in charge of the PNG Ports Corporation also agreed that this is the positive impacts of collaborating with other industry stakeholders, and this achievement with customs today has paved the way for the ongoing facilitation of safe and secure maritime trade. Louis Maingu, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the officer in charge of PNG Ports Corporation has indicated that the Motokea International Terminal and International Container Terminal Service has improved the standards of movements of cargoes in the two respective wharves in both Lae and Port Moresby.
Ian Hayden-Smart expressed gratitude towards their international terminal operator, ICTSI, for investing in the overall productivity of Lae and Motokea wharves.
The productivity improvements are major compared to what they used to be like. Ships work far faster, they don't have to wait as long, they're turned around. Over time, this should be reflected on the on-shelf prices of consumer goods in Papua New Guinea.
The CEO of ICTSI, Robert Maxwell, made mention one of the new technology used in the terminals that is currently being used for efficient clearance processes.
An example of the technology and the collaboration is in EDI, electronic data interchange, where we have successfully built links with Asakuda World, which is the customs system with our own terminal operating system for electronic exchange and filing, making it easier and better controlled for customs clearance.
The Chief of Customs, David Towe, acknowledged the significant development of technologies in ports in PNG.
We want to also acknowledge the good work done by PNG Ports and ICTSI. Significant development change has happened to the port here as well as in Lae. So we definitely want to acknowledge the investments made by ICTSI and PNG ports to bring the facility up to a standard, up to an international standard, where our systems can also talk to their systems. In the past, such was not possible, and a lot of ships would be waiting out there to be cleared. But now with the new system, we're able to clear ships faster, and cargoes can leave the wharf and go to the importers' premises.
Mr. Towe highlighted that the importers will discover that the cost of doing business will be decreased due to the quick clearance processes that are in place at both terminals. Louis Maingu, National EMTV News.
The National Energy Authority hosted a stakeholder consultation to discuss its proposed decentralized electricity supply policy. Representing the OZ PNG Electrification Partnership, Julianette Baking alluded that DES is a win policy that will address power issues in the country.
The consultation was conducted today in Port Moresby, which saw provincial administrators, district administrators and executives from respective companies in the energy sectors in attendance. According to NEA, the DES policy will address the unstable supply of electricity to towns outside the three main grids, technically referred to as C centers in PNG. Ms. Baking highlighted that DES creates a political policy space for public-private partnership investments.
Now, under this policy, you have the option. You have the option to approach private sector in a competitive manner. So, which means competitive manner, a reasonable tariff, and a private sector which has deep pockets. PPP is public-private partnership. And we are promoting that model to make the mini-grids commercially sustainable in the future. We will not be here to just build stranded assets. We're here to build assets which are sustainable after 10 years.
The provincial administrator of Million Bay Province, Igor Gari, underlined the impacts the policy will have on the power supply in his province.
We see this opportunity to have the decentralized energy policy to be a platform upon which we can be heard a lot more by our other partners, particularly the potential for us to engage with the private sector. My role is to make sure I create a conducive environment for private sector to thrive, as well as to bring in other potential development partners to see where they can see value for money investment in the energy space within the Million Bay province.
Malinta Yopolo, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. The Western Highlands Provincial Assembly recently passed a provincial bill to have the LLG councillors vote for the LLG president and not the people. The bill was passed when the Provincial Assembly handed down its budget for 2024.
In the recent sitting, the government announced that voters will elect LLG presidents directly, underpinning the previous way that the councillors used to vote for LLG presidents. This was debated on the floor by various members of parliament. Amongst these leaders was the provincial member for Western Highlands Province, Wairapa, who was very vocal of this and other issues that affects the LLG leaders. At the launching of the Western Highlands Province 2024 budget, Rapa announced a provincial bill to enable LLG presidents to be elected by LLG ward members and not the people.
Not people voting. Passing of the provincial bill to have the LLG councillors in the province vote for their LLC president, not people voting presidents.
Rapa indicated that having the people to vote for LLG presidents will undermine the LLG councillors' role.
Now, plenty on province of Papua New Guinea, look also more people were voting on president. So people are Western Islands and people are not liking on people were voting president. And powerful council by Imi Rausim. And me talk also. So people voting president, then you cancel don't know what meaning.
He further stressed that the bill will be submitted to the local level government to hand it to the National Executive Council for endorsement.
So now you need a passive now, you need Salim Golo from the local level government. From the local level government, but Simi Golo NSC. Now the passive now and all people back. The only thing also, because now you is strong at all, from the assembly yet, but decide on top also. And Minister, I'm talking to Parliament, I'm asking a question and people are looking at me.
The country's LLG elections are set for August this year. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
The donation couldn't have come at a better time. This was the sentiment shared by the staff of the Laloki Psychiatric Hospital upon receiving a generous food donation from the Best Gear Trading Limited in Port Moresby today.
As Easter came early for the hospital with a show of sincerity from the Best Gear Trading Limited, or BGT Limited, the caretaker manager for Laloki Psychiatric Hospital, Dr. Nelson Mack, expressed what the donation meant to the hospital.
I'm not giving the land now sick, people starve now, I'm not giving sick man. Because how sick, people got sick man start, all sleep layer, people look out him all, treat him all, all meals plong. Now this is support to him come on the right time straight where people down straight lo start man. Government funding him lo first quarter lo this year come yet lo people kiss him kiss him money yet lo account louse get. So this la support him come lo timing straight. Now be people lo go na we can support the government lo come inside.
He revealed that the hospital does have credit with BGT Limited. However, the trading since 2020 visited the hospital with donations for Easter, Independence and Christmas.
People got 18,000 kina credit loan. Yes, dear staff. Once people actually support the government, the first quarter funding, people commitment of paying the credit loan, continuous partnership on the best gear.
The donation included 50 bags of 10 kg family medium grain rice, 20 cartons of 1 liter family oil, and 20 cartons of quick eye chicken packs, among others.
This money come to Papa Code, put in Hambro me, Miki Ubala, Lifan Pack. Now, next come to PNG Independence, me but come back again.
Noting the consistent support from BGT Limited, Dr. Mack also revealed that a service agreement should be established between the two parties going forward. Natasha Voy, National, EMTV News.
Laloki Psychiatric Hospital is the only long-term psychiatric and rehabilitation hospital in Papua New Guinea, serving 22 provinces, with psychiatric being the medical specialty devoted to the diagnosis, prevention and treatment of adverse mental conditions. The hospital revealed that among other challenges, it lacks specialist doctors in the field.
The approved ceiling or positions for the psychiatric hospital is 150, with 148 of the positions occupied as per the hospital's annual report from 2023. From this manpower, the hospital notes only one specialist psychiatrist and one registrar in psychiatry, handling an estimated 100 patients in a year.
Currently, we are down with staff, manpower, because we have only two doctors on site or at the hospital now. We have a specialist psychiatrist, and one is doing his master's training now. So, but we need at least more than that, 4 or 5 doctors would be better. But because this field is it's a field that It's a specialized field.
Dr. Mack also noted that although there is a high demand for psychiatry services, the current bed space capacity for the hospital is 65, especially given the rundown state of most of the hospital's facility.
Currently, it's not the failure from the government, but the process is too slow. So it's now we're already in the third quarter, towards the end of the first quarter. Towards the end of the first quarter now. So, but we just received our first support from the Department of Health. It's through the process of clearance now, so that before it hits our hospital account. So it's a system that slows a lot of things, but the donation today it's a timely donation that can support us, especially patients' food.
Acknowledging the support from church agencies, especially in the spiritual sense, and the consistent donation from BGT Limited, Dr. Mack elaborated that the hospital mainly depends on government funding. Natasha Voy, National, EMTV News.
More than 1,000 smallholder oil palm growers in the Milne Bay province will now benefit from the National Oil Palm Intervention Program launched recently by the minister responsible for oil palm, Francis Manake.
The National Oil Palm Intervention Program, or NOPIP, managed by the Oil Palm Industry Corporation, aims to address serious challenges affecting the oil palm industry, and one such is the aging oil palm trees that significantly impacts production rates. Through this intervention program, the minister presented a check of $216,000 to the Milne Bay Estates, a subsidiary of New Britain Palm Oil Limited. This funding will cater for 14,000 seedlings to be grown over 100 hectares of land, directly benefiting smallholder growers in the province. According to Maneke, oil palm stands as the country's leading agricultural product, generating over 2.8 billion kina in exports. Maneke highlighted that no previous government has given support to smallholder growers like the Mara Peroso government. He said for the first time in Papua New Guinea, smallholder oil palm growers are receiving direct support from the government. The minister will also launch this intervention program next week in New Ireland province with a presentation of 324,000 kina for 21,000 seedlings to cover 150 hectares of land. Gladys Skilla, National EMTV News.
Despite series of challenges faced in the oil palm industry, Milne Bay Province continues to generate 20 million kina revenue annually. This was revealed by the Milne Bay Growers Association Chairman, Stuart Tautaro.
2014, next year.
Tatauro stated that Milne Bay Province has been a consistent oil palm producer over the last 40 years despite a record of challenges. He said there are more than 1,000 farmers who are devoted and support the industry to produce 15 tons of palm oil yearly. However, Mr. Tatauro reveals that 24 blocks of oil palm trees have been abandoned due to series of concerns such as shortage of fertilizers and overaged oil palm trees. Tatauro further stated, with the new oil palm ministry created, the government has to prioritize this industry to address the challenges existing at all levels. Minister responsible for oil palm Francis Maneke assured Tatauro that a new oil palm bill will be passed to capture concerns of all stakeholders in the industry. Maneke stated, despite being a challenging industry for the last 60 years, oil palm remains a top commodity and continues to generate 4 times revenue than coffee, cocoa, and vanilla. Gladys Skilla, National EMTV News.
And now looking at the NESFAN market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2656 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2581, 0.3895 Australian dollars, 0.2295 euro, 37.92 Japanese yen. And looking at the commodity prices, New York closed. Gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National MTV News. The Divine Word University Port Moresby campus held its pioneer graduation ceremony today at the Caritas Technical Secondary School Hall under the theme Committed to Integral Human Development. The pioneer graduates from various faculties offered at the campus were the first to graduate from the DWU Port Moresby campus, marking an achievement for the university. In attendance was the Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology representatives, as well as representatives from the Catholic Church, corporate partners and family members of graduates. Kundiawa Nursing College in Simbu Province held its fourth graduation ceremony yesterday at Mirane, which is 1 kilometer's drive from Kundiawa town.
College Principal Mr. Ali Moon said the college is a newly established institution and has gotten a lot of assistance from the Department of Higher Education as well as the Simbu provincial government for most of its infrastructural development. Governor Kool said Kundiawa Nursing College and Simbu Teachers College are the only two tertiary institutions in the province that transpired under his leadership and term that now contributes to the education service in the province. Kundiawa Nursing College has a total of 286 students, 16 lecturers and 16 support staff, which started in 2016 and is now into its 8 years of operation. Graduates were issued with the accreditation certificates, performance certificates and HIV and AIDS certification. Tamara Agavi, National MTV News.
The Moroma Seventh-day Adventist School in the Karawage district of Simbu Province witnessed the opening of a 4-in-1 double classroom and 2 teachers' houses recently. Simbu Provincial Member Noah Kool and the Provincial Education Division Administration were in attendance. Provincial Member Noah Kool, in his remarks, stated the partnership is an opportunity to providing better education services to church-run institutions. He also said that the funding for the building came through an allocation of 8 million kina from the Education Division in the province. One of the double classrooms contains 20 desktops, 100 desks donated by the Chimbu Education Division for students. Simbu Acting PA for Education, James Mugua, said it is vital for church-run organizations and institutions to work in collaboration and deliver quality and better education services in the province. Similar projects and developments will be rolled throughout the 6 districts of the province. National MTV News continues after the break with Chukai Sports. Stay with us.
Chukai Sports.
Welcome to Chukai Sports. Boroko Motors has joined forces with Cricket PNG as the naming sponsor for the upcoming Isuzu T20 Smash tournament. Matches kick off on March 29 for men and April 20 for women at Ameni Park in Boroko. CEO Richard Don highlighted the tournament's importance for elite cricketers as they gear up for international competitions. Public nominations for team sports open from March 16 to 23. Live coverage will be available on MTV, FM 100 and international platforms. The oldest national record in the book of athletics in the country was overturned yesterday night in Brisbane, when Aquila Turalom ran the 3,000-meter steeplechase in 9 minutes and 22.06 seconds.
Turalom beat the 3 seconds of the time of 9 minutes and 25.8 seconds set by the late John Kokinai in Port Moresby on the 25th of August 1971. President of Athletics PNG Tony Green said that the record was a great achievement, though not a total surprise. Turalom got his big break at the Pacific Games recently in Honiara when he ran 9 minutes and 26 seconds in the steeplechase and broke the 30-year-old national record in the 150-meter race, becoming the first Papua New Guinean to run the metric mile in under 4 minutes. Tamara Agavi, Trukai Sports.
As part of the Go Rural to Go Global program initiative under the PNG Sports Foundation, the Junior Basketball Nursery will kick off tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. at the Taroma Aquatic Center in Port Moresby. Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus. With you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours. For the southern region, Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with few showers. Daru, partly cloudy with few showers. Kerama, partly cloudy with few showers possible. Alotau, some showers with possible thunderstorms. Popondetta, cloudy with some showers. To the Momasa region, Ley City, partly cloudy with few showers. Medang, mostly cloudy with few showers possible. Wewak, cloudy periods with few showers possible. Vanimo, partly cloudy with few showers possible. To the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau and Keveng, partly cloudy with few showers. Kokopan Rabaul, partly cloudy with few showers possible. Kimbe, partly cloudy with few showers. Buka, partly cloudy with some showers. To the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Buns and Kondiawa, some showers with areas of possible thunderstorms. Mendi, Tari and Wabeg, rain showers and possible thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus. With you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Friday, the 15th of March, 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.